So welcome to the Energy Healing Lifestyle Journal Self-Care Challenge. My name is Robin Knott, and I am your host of the channel and the founder of the energyhealingschool.com. So as we do, I'm going to walk you through my journaling process and share some real-life examples with you. So if you don't have it yet, grab your journal. I have mine, and come journal with me. So how I do my journaling process, as always, just get in the energy of it, right? I often say mindset. It's not necessarily a mindset, as we are just opening our mind to whatever comes in. I write out self-care challenge because for us, self-care is an acronym, right? And today we are on the letter E, which stands for emotions. And I'm sure you've heard that phrase, energy and motion. So it's really important to think about our emotions because it amplifies that energy. It intensifies it, right? So whatever we're feeling or we're feeling the most, we're creating more of. So there's that. And then, of course, our emotions are governed by sacral chakra energy. So piecing this puzzle together, if you will. So then I write down the journal prompt for today as I'm asking myself the question and then listen. So today's journal prompt, what feelings come with being an overachiever? So for me, I had two sides to the spectrum. So when you're in that mode or energy of the doing, like you're motivated and you're into it and you're feeling like you have this goal, your purpose, whatever it may be that's driving you, right? So you're motivated. There's one. Remember, emotions or feelings, words are one word. So we don't want to get caught up in the hamster wheel of thought. We're just identifying and calling out the emotions. So let's see. I have both spectrums written down. Just let me try not to mix them up too much. Stress, because we need to get whatever it is done, and we need to get it done right? Perfect, even though we might say, well, it don't have to be perfect, but yet we strive and we're really trying to get it perfect. Might have some anxiety about that as well. Be passionate, right? Feel passion about what we're doing. It's not all bad, right? Quote unquote bad. Motivated, have that sense of urgency, responsibility, feel needed, right? Especially if we're trying to fix a problem or help someone else, there's that sense of feeling needed to do something, to help. Possibly even obligated, have that sense of duty, right? This is my purpose, this is my duty. If it's your job and it's a project in your job or your business, it's your duty, it's your responsibility, right? A family member you're trying to help out or take care of, it's your duty, it's your responsibility. So those are some feelings that come along with it. Some of these are normal. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are an overachiever, and we're not trying to label ourselves per se, but maybe we notice this, or it's just patterns, again, that we're calling out, that we're recognizing so we can break them. Also doesn't mean we don't set goals and try to achieve them. This is to the extreme. This is to a level where it's really not healthy for us, right? Where it's stressing us out, leading to burnout, adding to depression or anxiety. It's just not healthy for us. That's what we're looking at, and that's what we want to break. So then on the flip side of that spectrum, because I also have that fear of failure, could have the fear of success as well, right? Because what could that look like? And is it actually success? Because even if I hit success, is it perfect enough? Because if you have the pattern of overachievement, then it's not, and you just keep on going, and then what, right? So then it leads to the other side of the spectrum where I might feel depressed. So even if in other people's eyes, the result is, we'll call it perfect, right? I don't actually believe anything in human form is perfect, per se. But just saying, we'll call it perfect. Couldn't get any better. It was, amazing. But to the overachiever, it's still not good enough. So then there you have that not only fear of failure, but you kind of feel like you failed or a failure. Some depression might kick in, feeling defeated, getting frustrated, overwhelmed, feeling unworthy. again, can lead to burnout, right? Can also lead to procrastination, by the way. This also came up in my journaling process. So that fear of failure or fear of success, I hear people call it like that paralysis, right? That inner paralysis where you just don't move. You don't make that, you don't make the step. You don't go forward. You procrastinate, you dance around it, you get sidetracked, or you focus on something else, or maybe it's a piece of the puzzle, but I am focusing more over here. I'm just taking more time over here instead of really delving in because of that fear of failure. Because if I'm in that pattern of being an overachiever, then what would it be like if I didn't achieve, excuse me, that desired effect, that desired outcome, right? And then again, that overdue. So anybody know a workaholic? Used to be. I feel like I'm in recovery from that, right? But that's kind of hand in hand. That's always needs to be doing, always needs to be succeeding, always needs to be working towards a goal, always needs to be successful. Because we don't feel successful, we have to continue to keep doing something to try, right? Make the effort to try to feel successful because we don't reach the feeling of success. Eek. Again, leads to burnout, right? Where's the rest? Can you rest if a project is finished and you don't feel like it's perfect? No, because you think there's still more work to do, right? Or now you've got caught up in the feelings of failure and defeat because it's not good enough and the unworthiness, right? Flipping, going back and forth in that spectrum. Checking my journal here to see if I covered all of that. I believe I did for that. Another article I happen to look at. This one was from, I don't know what that says. I'll scroll up and look in a moment, but just one little brief paragraph. I'm going to quote it. The inner world of overachievers is fraught with anxiety and depression stemming from our relentless pursuit of perfection. Exactly what we were talking about, right? We subject ourselves to negative self-talk when our perceived standards are not met, constantly striving to get assignments and work, quote unquote, just right. And I think that's an important piece there, the self-talk. We'll talk more about that Friday to think, probably tomorrow too, to be honest. But that negative self-talk, but it's our perceived standards. It's the expectations. We touched on that a little bit yesterday, right? Those unrealistic, extreme expectations. They're just our own perceived standards and they're not met. And when we're caught in that pattern, in that cycle, they may never be met, right? So we find ourselves caught in a cycle of checking, rechecking, and doing everything perfectly, rigidly, adhering to our insane work habits. Procrastination can become a coping mechanism rooted in their unyielding pursuit of perfectionism. These internal standards take a toll on our sense of self, contributing to symptoms of depression and anxiety. So again, just kind of reiterating that with this article that I read from Katie H. Counseling. And the article was called "What is so wrong with being an overachiever?" Because workforce probably loves it, right? Because they're paying you and you're doing your best to make it perfect, to make it right, and you're working hard and you don't give up until it is. And what employee doesn't love that, right? But isn't healthy. So really, it's not saying that you're wrong. And it's not saying that you have to fix it or stop achieving. It just means take care of yourself. And this is the self-care challenge. So we're bringing it up. And can be a pattern of codependency. So, of course, wanting to break those patterns, right? Being more aware of ourselves, paying more attention to ourselves, doing things more intentionally, being okay with things as they are. So I was just thinking about as we talk about acceptance, right? On Saturdays, when we talk about acceptance, learning how to have those, that skill, really, to have that radical acceptance and to feel the success when we are successful, to start allowing ourselves to see that, to have that awareness. right? To feel it. We don't have to get on a soapbox, or we don't have to get, what's the word I'm looking for, egoic about it, but allow yourselves to feel the success when you have the success, right? But then again, we got to work on that perception of what that success looks like. So again, the sacral chakra energy. So everything we just discussed can give us an idea of what the energy is like in our sacral chakra. So if we're having that stress and overwhelm and the burnout, and did I say anxiety already, and depression, all of those things, all of those emotions can indicate that the energy in our sacral chakra is wonky. We want to be able to identify what we are feeling. We want to be able to get grounded into ourself, right? Allow ourselves to feel. We're not here to avoid anything, but allow it to be there, call it out, hold space for it, and also allow it to go. Release it. We don't have to hold on to it forever, right? Clear it out, allow it to be released so we can have more of a balanced inflow and outflow in our lives, right? Again, go to theenergyhealingschool.com. I have the Empathic Healers Masterclass to help with boundaries and protecting your energy. We have the 7-day chakra healing challenge. So there's more information on the support for your chakras, all of them. And the BU 5-day challenge is coming up. Still planning to launch on the 22nd, less than 2 weeks away. Yeah, I'm trying to do math in my head real quick. Less than 2 weeks away. Yes. Promo code or coupon code if you would like to get it while it's in pre-launch mode. So before the 22nd, you can get it half off. Use the word pre-launch. All that information is in the description here for you. Again, you're invited to hop on the Zoom if you would like to and journal with me. I'd be happy to answer your questions, or if there's something that you want to share, or if you just want to have someone to journal with and feel more connected and not so alone, right? Because you're not. Either way, thank you for sharing your time and space with me. Drop it in the comments. Let me know how you found this journal prompt, this process. And I will see you tomorrow for solar plexus chakra when we talk about love, meeting ourselves with love and compassion, and our self-image. So what our self-image is pertaining to being an overachiever, right? So hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time in the world it is for you. So much love. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.